You see, here's the weird thing about this topic. I do feel bad. Like, I don't like particularly going out there and talking trash about individuals who play the sport of hockey for a living and who make oodles and oodles more money playing this sport than I'll ever have in my lifetime. I don't necessarily like doing that. I don't want to make it seem like I am above somebody by talking about how they're bad at their job. I'll acknowledge that these people are more talented in their pinky fingers than I'll ever be at this sport. But when we make videos about JT Miller, y'all seem to eat them up. We already made a commentary just yesterday talking about how JT is getting outscored by 9 Vancouver Canucks players, which is ridiculous when you look at the list of names who have more points than the New York Rangers' newly appointed captain. Drew O'Connor, Kiefer Sherwood, Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson. A lot of folks on the Vancouver Canucks in particular have more points than JT Miller does this year. But I said in yesterday's Rangers Bad Miller News commentary video that Miller had the opportunity later in that same afternoon to prove me wrong. I was very upfront about that. You know, we've made videos talking smack about JT Miller and how everything's gone his way or not his way in New York so far, and every few times we do that, he ends up responding with a 3-point game shortly after. But, seems like it's gotten worse. I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of not, because I wanted to refer to what yesterday had in store for the New York Rangers as they went out there and lost to the Vegas Golden Knights. 3-2 final score for Akira Schmid and his Golden team, as JT Miller went out there and did what JT Miller does. Let's go out there and see this over here. Let's take a look at the 2-0 goal scored by Vegas at the 16:43 mark of the second period. The puck battle ensues in the Ranger zone. Miller tries to pick it up. He then proceeds to miss the puck as Pavel Dorofeyev skates away with it. You can go frame by frame, moment by moment. Dorofeyev swoops in, builds up speed, but you got JT Miller behind him just kind of letting his guy go. And Miller's just kind of going for a little bit of a glide as Dorofeyev plays the puck back in front of the net. Miller is just coasting along. That beautiful pass by Pavel Dorofeyev ends up becoming the 2-0 Ben Hutton goal. Yeah, that's right, JT and your Rangers. You just let Ben Hutton score. Remember Ben Hutton? Canucks fans will definitely remember Ben Hutton, but JT was the guy that just kind of allowed everything to happen. No back check, no attempt to steal the puck back. Stephen Pappas went out there and posted this video on Twitter from the guy that brought you no BS. Here's some BS. JT Miller going out there and dogging it. And some of the replies go out there and just rub more salt in the wound. You guys traded for a malcontent bum, then made him captain. Couldn't be more hilarious. Steven then replies, well, I don't run the hockey ops, I just get mad online. You then have other Canucks fans saying similar things like, yeah, this was bad even for Miller's standard, he just completely gave up. Can someone show him this clip and read his quote post-game to him at the same time? Another reply says, I don't see the problem. I do this at pickup hockey all the time. The beer is still cold afterwards. Vancouver is going to get a laugh out of this. And I can honestly agree with the sentiment that was shared over here by Josh on Twitter. Like, yeah, that was worse for Miller's standards, if I'm going to be honest. Like, the guy does that sometimes. He does lack a total effort on a back check. I'd say maybe every few games he would do that, but not to this level of bad. Like, that was a really bad one. Maybe the worst one we have seen. And you got NYR Louie going out there and tweeting even more about this JT Miller situation. Take a look at this. JT Miller actually effing sucks. Holy F. So effing lazy. And it's funny because Rangers fans are going out there and replying to this one saying, wow, Vancouver fans are so crazy. Could you imagine some of them wanted to keep this guy over Pettersson? And yeah, no, that was a conversation that we had like weeks ago when Elias Pettersson wasn't doing all too hot. Now he's doing hot. So it's a lot easier to take the dunk on Miller in the same way that we did yesterday. But yeah, no, we're not going to pretend like some Canucks fans were regretting the JT Miller trade, thinking that he would have been a more useful player on the Vancouver Canucks at this stage. Heck, there are probably still a bunch that do believe that still. Like, hey, yeah, Miller's leadership, his intensity, all that stuff is really good. He's an amplifier, so when it's good, when it's bad, he really makes things more of what they are. So if the Canucks could just string together some positive results and Miller was in, then they'd be amazing. Like, there are arguments all over the place on social media in regards to the Canucks. Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, whatever, a lot of folks talking about Miller, Pettersson. Maybe less so now because Pettersson has started to score a lot more and Miller's looking bad. But hey, it's not totally bad for JT Miller. Yesterday, he did get himself an assist on the Vinny Trocheck 3-2 goal, to which NYR Louie went out there and said this, JT Miller just passed it to nobody at the point. He sucks. Wait, no, just kidding. That's the wrong tweet. Finally, JT Miller ups his scoring pace from 36 to 38 with that assist. In all seriousness, nice pass and shot by the big dogs. Let's get another one. Now, NYR Louie has had a lot of tweets over the past few games here about JT Miller, and some of them I have bookmarked just because they're funny. Can't get shots on goal. Igor is giving up pancakes. JT is skating slower than I walk on that play. JT hasn't completed a pass. I mean, look, I can understand why there's a big emphasis on JT in New York. He's the captain of the team. He was brought in to be the freaking #1 center, savior of what they're doing, the piece to get them back on track and back into their winning ways after Trouba and Kreider were gone. Miller was supposed to be that because he had 100 points 2 seasons ago and 70-something the previous year, and he's a really strong-minded and aggressive center who's not afraid to call people names behind the scenes, at least allegedly. But now you're taking a look at it, the leadership by example that JT Miller shows or doesn't show throughout various parts of a season. And with that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about JT and his performance yesterday against Vegas? He got an assist, but he still played a game that I think a lot of Rangers fans will dunk on. And just looking at how some of these folks are responding to Miller's play, I think it does provide itself a lot of entertainment for Vancouver Canucks fans. For better or for worse, I could say. So with that in mind, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.